everyone, Ramadan Kareem. Today I'll be sharing with you 2 ways to do filo pastry. Of course, 2 different ways. One is vegetarian and the other one we'll see it's with chicken. I'll be doing them now and I'll share them on 2 IGTVs. Right. Starting with the spinach. So this one is the vegetarian, and originally it's one of my late Syrian grandmother recipes, but she used to do it with another type of pastry which is called ru'a. Ru'a is similar to the idea of just a layered pastry, but of course it's completely different, and you have to soak it with a bit of stock to give it some softness. So it is different, but it's it's amazing. But I don't think around me here I couldn't get it, and because and before that when I was in London, again, it wasn't easy to find ru'a. That's why I just developed this recipe to do it with a normal filo pastry, and I got so used to it, and it just delivers all its original flavors, and I didn't feel like I compromised it. So I'm going to put some olive oil to start with, some generous amount of olive oil. Start the heat like this. We'll start with, again, I chopped here 2 medium onions. Here I like the onion's flavor here is important. So put my onion here. Right. This time I'm going to saute it, but a bit darker than the chicken filling. So I want it to go on the yellowish side, a slightly dark yellow, because this caramelization of the onion will add a lot to this vegetarian filling. I call this, it's a lemony spinach filo pastry pie. You know, we're all used to the Greek version of the spinach and feta, and we all do spinach with cheese, but this one is different. We don't have cheese here, and it's so light. See, the onion's color just changed to dark yellow, slightly brownish. I would stop now, and this is exactly the color I wanted, and I'll just add my spinach. I like to use in this recipe frozen spinach. Actually, this one is whole leaves. You can have the chopped one. Not really a big difference when they're frozen. It tends to, because you really need like big amount of spinach. You can of course go to fresh leaves one, but probably you will need like 3-4 packs of these fresh spinach leaves. So I get mine frozen. So they're still with their ice, it's fine. Right, I'm going to just put my spinach here. To speed things up, you can also always just put a lid to allow the frozen spinach to defrost quickly, or the ice to melt quickly. I usually do that. You can also just put a dash of, like a splash of water, so you get more steam out, and it's easier and it will be easier for the spinach and quicker to defrost. Let's check on the spinach. Now, just made it. I'm going to put some extra olive oil here. So it will cook this way. So while it's cooking, I'm going to start seasoning. Some salt, black pepper, of course, and some sumac. It goes very well, of course. 1 teaspoon. I'm going to cover with water just to make sure that the spinach is cooked. The spinach is definitely cooked. What's coming next would be lemon, because it should have the sour taste of lemon. So lemon juice, you can have it already squeezed, or just like me, I'm going to start. Okay. my lemon juice here. You can always taste, of course, and see if you like it to be more sour, but the idea is it has a strong lemony taste of flavor, so it should be fun. Now we're in the final step, or the final ingredient. I've toasted here some sesame. Now you can use it completely raw, or you can just toast it and just no oil, of course, nothing, just hot pan, and as soon as it heats up it will just start to color up. So it's from white color it will go to a golden color. So I'm going to add this as the final ingredient. I'm going to just add now the sesame here. You can see it's sizzling because it was hot. I give it a good mix here, like that. You can also put some raw, like a mixture of roasted and raw would be nice. And you can be generous. I want to say at least put like half a cup of sesame. That's exactly what it is. You can see the sesame quite obvious, in contrast, of course, to the dark color of the spinach. Now it's the fun part, is just folding the Filo pastry part, which is we're all very familiar with. So I'm using here a Sombola Filo pastry, one of the very good brands, local good brands here. And you will see me, I go into 2 layers. I'm using vegetable oil, sunflower oil, and I use always my scissors, it's easy. So we'll start with, well, and I know, but if you want to end up with really nice and crispy Filo pastry, then you have to be generous with the oil. There's no way around it. And it's not too bad. Now this is a vegetarian one. I didn't want to say vegan because I add a beaten egg with some milk towards the end, just before baking it. So, but I'm sure if you want to go for a vegan one, just replace that with half a cup or a quarter of a cup of nut milk, any nut milk. Go less for the milk because it depends, you know, like this time I have the spinach to be really saucy. It has a good amount of sauce, so be careful with the milk. Will go into the freezer, and I'm going to share it with you on the day when we're going to bake it. We need to cut into squares. I like to do that before anything, before we freeze it. I'm going to freeze this for now, and on the day I'm going to share with you after it's baked in the oven for about 40 minutes on a 180 degrees oven. I think would be enough. This is it. See you soon. Bye.